Gareth Moore, official accompanist at this moment, but man of music and man of great talent. And Gareth, it's just great to catch up with you for a few moments and just have a general natter about the Guild. We're halfway through the week, but it feels like we've always been here, doesn't it?
It does. Doesn't the week feels like it goes on forever? Doesn't you start? I have to have my diary open every day, checking what day I'm actually on, because you kind of lose yourself in the festival.
Then the thing is that official accompanist, we see you on stage and you are accompanying the singers. But behind that is so much practicing before we actually get to the Guild. How do you work it all out? How does it practically come together?
So, first of all, you get your stack of music from the Guild and you look through it to check there's nothing horrendous, that you can't play. And you think, oh, and then you breathe a sigh of relief. And then for me, I then start working through it. I put it on the piano, and if I have any gaps in my teaching or something, I'll just have a go through some bits. And then, of course, the singers get in touch, or the instrumentalists, and come for a rehearsal, and we have run-throughs, and yeah.
How many run-throughs would you have per person? How does that work out?
Well, I think everyone's entitled to one run-through, and then some people will choose to come for some extra run-throughs.
Yeah.
But everyone should get one run-through.
How do you feel? Because do you feel a responsibility to really support the performer?
Yeah, massively. You know that your playing affects potentially how they will sing, because they rely on you to kind of for support. To make the performance complete. So yeah, there is a lot of pressure, and particularly when it comes to the specials. That they it's a really serious point of the festival, and you really want to do your best for them.
But it's the amount of music in the specials. Now, I know that very sensibly they're split between other official accompanists, so nobody has a massive pressure. But they're all very complicated pieces. They're demanding, and the adjudicators quite rightly point this out and compliment the accompanists on the fact that they've got the pieces off spot on.
Mm-hmm.
But the other thing that is equally demanding is if you're playing for a class of youngsters, where you've perhaps got 20 or 30 young singers all singing the same piece.
Yeah.
And that can be just as demanding. It can be a seemingly quite simple piece, but quite demanding in its own way.
Yes, that's completely different in that you're very conscious that you need to play down the whole time, keeping the piano very quiet so you're not drowning them out, especially on the piano in the Royal Hall, which is a very big piano, concert grand, and a very bright sound. So you're playing very delicately to try and keep, and also trying to encourage them if they have a memory lapse with their words, or it's an important that the pianist is solid and can just hold them together if they're a bit nervous.
Which you do very well indeed. And the thing that we love is when you get involved in a performance, which does sometimes happen, doesn't it? It has been known where you're given a few lines to sing, and sometimes a song from the show, or one of the comedy song classes. You seem to quite enjoy that.
Oh, it's always fun. It's great. That's the thing. It's great fun accompanying. With the singers, you can have so much banter, and yes, like situations like that, particularly not so much with the official accompanist side, but if you're just accompanying somebody in the Guild, especially when I used to play for Olivia in songs from the musicals, we'd quite often have little moments where we would have little
because there is a
fun
distinction.
Moments.
Yeah, there is a distinction. The official accompanist there are certain classes where the singer or the instrumentalist has to take the official accompanist.
Yes.
And there are other ones where people invite you, as in the case of Olivia, she would invite you to be her accompanist. And then you can take a little bit of a part in if the song is suitable for it.
And Marilyn Cannell, the late Marilyn Cannell, used to put a special hat on for the Victorian Edwardian. Just little touches like that are great fun, aren't they?
They are, and they do make it a very personal event, and I think this is why the Guild will always have that slightly informal family feel to it. It's not all about being very formal and being very strict, is it?
No, I think as the festival moves on, that it's more relaxed in that it's very they're trying really hard to make the Guild accessible, with something, with classes for everybody. And I think there is that sense of performing is fun. It's not necessarily about the competing, it's about the taking part, the camaraderie that goes with that, and making history on the island, because this festival is 132 years this year. It's incredible achievements, and it's really important that the young people who are coming up through feel that they want to continue being part of that.
And I do think that this new way of marking, where marks are not given out, actual marks are not given out, they're given on the report sheet that is given individually to the performer, and the comments about what the adjudicator liked and where areas could be developed. It's all about encouragement and support and development. It's not about who's better than who. And I think this feeds back to what you're saying about the continuity and encouraging young people to stay with it, and that's what we want, isn't it?
That's what we want, absolutely.
Gareth Moore, thank you very much for talking to me.
Thank you.